than this. Really, it doesn't get any better at all. Okay, this might be the first time that a number of you have appeared before me, so I would imagine after those first two songs you're a little nervous. Probably kind of wondering what the refund policy is. There is none. I write these songs to talk about them. I wrote this next song with a young guy named Hayes Carl. So that's what a smattering sounds like. Hey, is a great young writer. It's really nice to see someone that young that's pretty much already burnt out and fried. I mean, usually you have to be my age to be that bitter and resentful. But he was right there. But the first time I met Hayes Carl down in Galveston, I was driving down there, and on the way down there, someone had given me a book of these French poets from the late 1800s. Now, I don't read that stuff. But somebody said, you ought to read these guys. So I started reading these guys' poetry and about them, and their poetry was brilliant. They were breaking the rules of poetry up to that time. They were taking what the Romantic poets had done and just kind of wadded that up and threw it away, and were writing like what would almost be considered rock lyrics in the late 1800s in France. And it was just, I was, whoa, but they were despicable people. They drank, and they drank, and they drank, and they drank, and they drank. This is called bonding. And they had sordid sexual affairs and just were lives of debauchery and just self-absorbed, horrible, rotten people, but their writing was brilliant. So I get down to Galveston and I hear Hayes Carl perform, and I think to myself, well, this is how those guys must have smelled.
She likes being naked and gazed upon. She crosses a bridge, she sets it on fire. She lands like a bird on a telephone wire. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna give me some mescaline, and then I'm gonna rhyme that with gasoline. I drop a bullet string. Oh, there's some money on the table and a pistol on the floor, and a few paperback books by Louis L'Amour. Whiskey bottles are scattered like last night's clothes, with cigarettes and papers and Oreos. My harmonica has got a busted reed. All my lips are chapped and about to bleed. She says that's nothing when she was a kid. She danced with the dead. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna give me some mescaline, then I'm gonna rhyme that with gasoline. Just drop the poetry. Now I'll never pay back my student loan.